In a charming village, there lived a young milkmaid named Molly. Every morning, she would milk her cow, Daisy, and carry the fresh milk to the market to sell. Molly dreamed of one day earning enough money to buy her own little cottage. One day, as she was walking to the market with a pail of milk balanced on her head, Molly began to daydream. If I sell this milk, I can buy a dozen eggs. With those eggs, I can hatch chicks and raise them into hens. Then, I'll have plenty of eggs to sell and make even more money. Lost in her thoughts, Molly started to swing her pail back and forth, mimicking how she would gather eggs. Suddenly, her pail slipped from her head and crashed to the ground, spilling all the milk. Molly stared at the spilled milk in dismay. Her dreams of buying a cottage vanished in an instant. "Oh no, what have I done?" she cried, feeling a mixture of frustration and sadness. Just then, a fairy appeared before Molly. She had a mischievous twinkle in her eyes. "Don't be so disheartened, Molly," the fairy said. "I am here to grant you a second chance. If you can answer a riddle, I'll help you turn your misfortune into good fortune." Molly, intrigued and eager for another chance, nodded enthusiastically. The fairy posed her riddle. "What can be broken without being touched, and can be held without being held?" Molly pondered for a moment. Suddenly, a light bulb went off in her head. "A promise," she exclaimed with a smile. The fairy clapped her hands, impressed by Molly's quick thinking. "Correct, Molly. As promised, I will help you turn your mishap into something positive." With a wave of her wand, the fairy transformed the spilled milk into a beautiful white calf. "This calf will grow into a strong and healthy cow. Take care of her, and she will provide you with milk, just like Daisy," the fairy explained. Molly was overjoyed. She thanked the fairy and promised to take good care of the calf. Years passed, and the calf grew into a magnificent cow. With her milk, Molly was able to save money and eventually buy her own cozy cottage. Every day, Molly milked her cow and thanked the fairy for the unexpected blessing. She never forgot the lesson she had learned about the value of staying present and focusing on the task at hand. And so, the story of the milkmaid and her fairy encounter became a reminder that even in the face of mistakes, second chances and the ability to adapt can lead to wonderful outcomes.